Welcome to Productive Joy with Dr. Christy, where fun meets action.
Hi, friends. Welcome to Productive Joy. So I had the honor and privilege of spending some time today with Jason Rates. Jason is the president of Speak With People, and he talks about the fact that it's called Speak With People because you can't speak at people and actually expect them to listen. And I find so much truth in that statement. We have to involve people in what it is that we're trying to get them to do and do with us. So if you walk into a room and you speak at a group for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, all you're really doing is regurgitating information that you already knew, and they're not going to leave with anything. I don't think that's our goal in life, right? No, our goal is to get people to listen to us. So the phrase that I have used for many, many years is the person doing the talking is the person doing the learning. And what I mean by that is if as a human, you could be an educator, you could be a trainer, you could be a CEO, you could be a parent. If you do all the talking, you are also leaving with all the information. And that's not our goal, right? When we talk to people and with people, we are trying to include them and we really want them to walk away with the information. So I want you to think about your relationships right now. Maybe this is your relationship with a spouse. Maybe it's a relationship with a child. Maybe it's a relationship with a parent. And I want you to think about who does the majority of the talking. You know, is it a back and forth? Is it just you brain dumping all of your thoughts on the other person? Or is it an actual communication? So I know I've told you guys before that Jason and I, my husband and I, are marriage mentors, not to be confused with Jason in this episode. Jason McMullen and I are marriage mentors. And that means that we have the honor and privilege of working with couples who are getting ready to get married. And it's our job to put tools in their tool belt, right? Which is fabulous. And we recognize that it's not always just an easy, clear, here's what you need to do. So I'm telling you this story because ultimately, if you want to have a healthy marriage, you must communicate. You cannot just assume that the other person understands where you're coming from, knows what you're doing, any of that. So we instead have to be very clear with what our expectations are. So we use Brené Brown a lot, and one of the phrases that we use is clear is kind. Unclear is unkind. Clear is kind means that we're asking for what we need. And I'm going back to Jason Rates now and his thinking around clear communication is what allows us to break down barriers. So he used a phrase that I really appreciated. He said, good communication is like oxygen for your relationship. So all the way back to what I said a second ago, I want you to think about a relationship that you have right now, whether it is personal or professional. And I want you to think about your communication style within that relationship. Are you breathing oxygen or carbon monoxide into that relationship? Are you thoughtfully giving people a chance to banter with you? Or are you one-sided? So one of the things besides clear as kind that we say to our couples is when they're getting ready to have a conversation with their spouse or spouse-to-be, we want them to say, is this golf or tennis? Here's what that means. A golf game is one-sided, right? I hit the ball, I go hit the ball again, I hit the ball again. It is me doing all of the talking. But if I'm playing tennis, it's a back and forth. I hit the ball to you, you hit the ball back to me, and we go back and forth. If we're being stereotypical in relationships, often men are fixers. They want to solve the problem, and women sometimes just want to be heard. So it took years for Jason and I to figure this out, but we finally have gotten to the point where I can take him by the shoulders and say, I just need you to listen. And now the tool that we have is, we're playing golf, buddy. I do not need you to hit the ball back to me right now. I need you to listen and just absorb what I'm saying to you. So I don't know which relationship you need to exercise this kind of communication in, but I do know that Jason Rates gave us some great ideas for how to improve our communication so that we're speaking with people instead of at them. So as you know, the purpose of Productive Joy is just to give you some tools in your tool belt, some nuggets of wisdom, some opportunities to think about things differently that will provoke and evoke joy in you. Joy is a choice, and productive joy means that you're actually going to accomplish something because of that joy you're choosing. So I don't know what's going on in your world today, but I do know that by listening to this podcast and ones like it, The goal is for you to figure out how to turn fun into action.